ladies from yesterday, and we are here again with our wonderful team. Team, how are you going, ladies?
Oh, thanks. Well,
good. It's a sunny day in Berlin, and having a sunny day at the end of November is like, thank you. Yeah, it's very nice
it's
out
the
there.
opposite. It's supposed to be sunny now, but it's not. It's raining.
Maybe it's because of that.
They swapped.
There's a balance in the world, in the universe. So while the sun is here, it cannot be also there. Sorry.
You are muted, Maria.
I cannot. Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I was saying that here in Brazil it's sunny, it's beautiful and hot. It's almost 30 degrees now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah. So now is the time. It's 2 o'clock in Italy. And it's, I think, 3 o'clock in South Africa for Ibi. And it's 10 a.m., Maria, is correct, in your country?
Correct. Say 10 a.m. in Brazil, yes.
10 a.m. in Brazil. So, welcome back. This is the second day of our 3 days live event named Elevate Your Business with the 4 Secrets of Success. In the day 2, we will reveal other secrets to help entrepreneurs to start and grow their businesses to the next level of success and prosperity. And we know that if you are here, you want to grow your business, you want to have some tools and experiences to have more clients, more money, and more success. And so we want to tell you that you are in the right place because we are ready to share many more secrets. And the topic of today is body and soul. And in a few moments, we will tell you why we choose these 2 main points, these 2 pillars related to entrepreneurship. Why body and soul are so important for women entrepreneurs. If you didn't attend the live yesterday, a quick introduction about our team. We are 4 coaches. We work globally with women entrepreneurs, with companies. Every one of us is special in a unique way. And so it's a pleasure to work with a team. All together, we are so powerful. We met each other 1 year ago in Shields the World, a firm that helps women entrepreneurs all around the world to grow and scale their businesses. Shields the World is focused on female entrepreneurs that are art-centered businesswomen and then want to create value and impact in the world, reach success, but also in an aligned way with their soul, with their values. And we share these values. We want to reach success, but in a sustainable way in our lives. And every one of us is from different countries. So I will quickly introduce myself and then give space to the other members of this team. So you will be aware about who we are and why we are here today to share our secrets with you. I am Miriam Bruera. I'm connected from Italy, Rome. I love this city because it's full of histories and culture and also a lot of traffic, I have to say. It's not so easy to live in Rome. I have founded my company named Pink Factory some years ago. I am an entrepreneur and my company helps women to grow and scale their businesses in the main stage of their development, in the beginning, in the growth, and when they want to exit from the first business and maybe start another one. And I created a special methodology called NEXT, based on 3 pillars: mindset, strategy and energy. Because working with women for several years, I discovered that it's really important to have an holistic approach to business, combining the wellness for the entrepreneurs with the success of the activity. So, after this quick introduction, who want to go on after me? Maybe Maria from Brazil?
Yeah, it can be me. Yesterday I was almost always the last one, so today I can jump right after you. Well, thank you again for being here. Thank you for this invitation, Miriam. And I'm so grateful to have the opportunity in life to have met you all, Miriam, Phoebe, Leonora. It's so good to be here. And I'm speaking from Brazil, from South Brazil. It's been 10 years that I have been working with coaching interventions. Today, I basically help managers and entrepreneurs, especially managers, who wants to develop leadership skills so they can grow in life, grow their businesses. And I am passionate about human development. I am a credential coach. I have a post-graduation in neuroscience and behavior. Also, management, leadership development management. That's a hard one to translate, that kind of MBA. And I love everything related to helping humans flourish. So what else I can tell you? Well, I just came to my mind that Rome is in my list to visit. So probably someday we're gonna meet all together, maybe in Rome. This is one of our desires here in this group.
Yeah.
Yeah, and following yesterday approach, also what Phoebe mentioned, we should all make like a vision board for 2025. In that case, don't forget to put a
Rome.
highlight from Rome, so we make it happen.
Rome, Berlin also is in my list.
Be my
Oh.
guest, more than happy. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, Cape Town would also be amazing. We should make like a tour.
Exactly. So maybe Leonora would like to continue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leonora.
thank you. Thank you, thank you. So Italian, also quick introduction again. I'm also Italian, so I share definitely the roots with Miriam, even if, yeah, I come from the northeast of Italy, so kind of far from Rome in a way. I've been living in Berlin for the last 12 years. That's kind of maybe a curious story to tell. I'm not going to tell you now, but it was, at the beginning, we thought it was like, it was a family move. We had like a 6-month-old daughter and 2 years old at that time. And we thought, okay, we're both freelancers. My husband, he's a director. Let's do 1 year abroad, some kind of family Erasmus at that time. It was supposed to be 1 year. So these mean that we really follow our curiosity and we're not very good in planning, but that's good. So yeah, what I do, I'm also like a business coach with kind of a bit of different tools. So I definitely use the classic coaching tools, but I'm an embodiment certified coach. So this means that I also interact with people, also starting from the body. What does it mean and why is that? I would say that most of the time, the people I also work with, they want to find answers with their mind. And that's kind of very human. That's great. We definitely need our brain to support us. But maybe because also coming from, I'm very good with words. I'm like a journalist and a writer. So most of the time I can really, words in the end, I can fake things with words, I would say, if I want. To find out kind of my own truth, I need to start from the body. And that's where, when connected body and mind, that's where the magic happens. Let me give you like an example. Lots of entrepreneurs, and they They think that they need, for instance, they read a lot of books, they have a business plan, so they say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I got it. I have it in my head. But then it doesn't happen, right? It's, for instance, even if you have been reading all the books in the world about climbing, you know everything. You've read everything in every language. This doesn't mean that you're a good climber, right? Practice is key. So even being in business, it's something that you do. It's not just something that you know. Knowing it's important, but that's where I make it happen. So, and this is why I love it specifically. So I work with lots of, say, creative companies, creative entrepreneur, and they take care both of the human and business journey. So this is me so far, and I'm so happy to have joined this group of wonderful women. Phoebe,
Thank you. I'm Phoebe. I'm a success, confidence, and lifestyle management coach. So I look at things quite holistically from each point. My speciality is helping celebrities, models, and high-profile entrepreneurs, basically to create success that feels as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. But that's just my niche. I do work with other sorts of people and entrepreneurs as well. And I'd say that my approach is rooted in balance, holistic self-care, and I just want to empower you to shine authentically from within. So whilst we do that, I'll help you to, get rid of all the noise that's outside whilst building a thriving business and life. And I've grown up in Cape Town, South Africa, but most of my adult life since leaving my studies, I started to travel, and a large part of that I've lived in India. And at the moment I'm in Cape Town, but I'll be going back to India soon. And that's all. Now we can start our secrets.
Yeah, I'd like to share with our community today that for us was so empowering to have this weekly meeting, sharing our experiences, our stories, our background. That is the reason why we decided to go outside and spread this huge baggage of tools, experiences, backgrounds, and insights to all of you today with these 3 live days event. And the topic of today, body and soul, I think is really important, because as entrepreneurs, we always think about money, about results. Maybe we put our focus outside, but in my experience, a lot of the entrepreneurial journey is focused inside. And then if you work inside, you see results outside. And the body is a wonderful vehicle for our soul in this lifetime. And sometimes entrepreneurs miss this piece that is so important, especially if you are a solopreneur. If you don't focus on your body and the wellness of your body and the energy of your body, how is possible for you to work with an high energy level, to serve your tribe, to share your content, to communicate in a powerful way? So if we work as entrepreneurs, the wellness, the energy, the state, the balance of our body is really a pillar of our success. This is one of the reasons why today we want to talk about the importance of the body and to share with you the secrets that we learned working in the development of our business and supporting our clients in these years. And yesterday, Maria shared the last secrets. No, maybe today we could change the order. Maria, are you ready to share the secrets that you learned these years about the body?
Okay, well, about the body, one of the secrets, and actually it's not a secret, but it's my secret, is physical activity. And 2 things actually related to body is physical activity and watch what I eat consciously. And well, when I practice exercises, everything changes. I get more creative. I get more energy, I get more ideas coming, and I feel like I'm able to accomplish things much better. So exercising is non-negotiable. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was talking with my team, another team that I have for a project, and they were saying, "Oh, you have those deadlines to accomplish. Will you be able to accomplish everything by this time?" And I was like, yes, I would be able to accomplish if I completely stopped exercising, because I have sometimes blocked to exercise. But then I said, you know what? No, I will not be able. So being aware that exercising is something great for my body, great for my energy, it's non-negotiable. So I said no, and then I negotiate the deadlines. So yesterday we talked about boundaries, setting boundaries. I don't remember if it was Phoebe or Leonora who mentioned that, but also understand the importance of taking care of your body will allow you to set those boundaries. So what kind of tasks you can negotiate other tasks, but do not negotiate taking care of your body. So this is my secret. And I have been exercising maybe my whole life since I was a kid. My mom managed to put me for dancing, for karate, and then I grew up doing exercises. And sometimes when I had in the past too many things going on, guess what? I would stop exercising because, it seems like, no, I don't need to do this. I need to work. But actually doing this gives me permission to work better. So I understand the other way around, and it's non-negotiable nowadays. And I love what you said, Miriam, about the energy and the balance of the body. So combining, it's not just physical activity, but combining this awareness, it's so important. And I would like you to maybe share more about that with us later.
Yeah, Maria, I really could relate with your experience, and I'd like to share with you that I had a similar experience in the last years, because when I was younger, I had a lot of exercise because I was dancing, riding horses, and going to the gym. More or less, in the past, I had 5-6 days a week exercising. And instead, when I were adult, going to the university, start working, and I stopped exercising. And only in the last year, when I starting again to include in my agenda this moment for my body, dedicated to honor my body and support my body, something really changed in my business. Because I discovered again my identity of a very sporty woman. I was really sporty. And then I realized that this energy that flows inside my body when I exercise is a support that could help my business to grow. And I received this intuition. So I had a little spoiler about the soul part, but it's connected. So I received this intuition that, Miriam, if you want to have more clients, more work, more money, a wider community, you need to strengthen your power, starting from your body power, your energy. How could you be able to host a live with 100 people if your body is weak? It's not possible. And then I realized this huge connection this deep connection between the body and the expansion of our business. And that blind spot suddenly became a light, a bright spot. I understand this connection. So the wellness of our body, the energy of our body is a pillar of the growth for entrepreneurs. And I noticed that also my clients, when they started again to go in nature, swim, or going to the gym, we are all different. So we need a different kind of exercise, maybe also in different times of our life. So you need to know, to learn, to discover the kind of exercise that fits you in this specific period of your life. And also my clients had the same results. They start exercising again and their business started to grow at the same pace. So probably is something that is related. I don't know if it's...
Yeah. I
It
can really
resonates with you.
second it. I can really second it. And also what you mentioned, the fact that there are different practices out there. First of all, I would say it's okay. Do whatever it's easy to do. That's better of not doing. You have like whatever course near home that it's easy, accessible, just do it if it's easy. But if you want kind of to go deep on that, and that's also something that I do with my clients, I want them also to find a practice, physical practice, to support them, but according to the skill they want to develop. Because just maybe to give you an example, sometimes there are like also entrepreneur or leader, manager, who are maybe very flexible, right? They're very open to collaboration. That's their skill. So they're very, very fluid, very open, not really, but they want to develop maybe more like leadership skill. They want to have a team and have a honest conversation with them, so feeling that they're like a leader. There are a couple of, for instance, practices that can support that. Depends, maybe you are more like a leader or more like a follower, like tango, for instance. If you need to develop one of the two sides, it's great. And I want also to share, for instance, I started maybe 1 year ago to go to a boxing course. So boxing, and it was just for women. It's called like, I think it's Boxing Sisters. It's lovely. Anyway, I was completely like a beginner, never done something like that. I also felt it was very far from me in terms of, but I choose that practice exactly for that. The funny thing there was that I found that I could really see the change of the people, because, you know, you're sparring, you are working two people. And I could see at the beginning, the other women like me, oh, sorry, I didn't want, I'm so sorry. It was like, all like, they couldn't really be there supporting themselves. So it was such an exercise in a way to see how to be there for yourself without being like violent or an asshole, but kind of doing and standing for yourself. I think that's exactly like, it's a old coaching program, what you are doing actually, right? Also looking in the eyes, someone else that it's about to punch you. Well, that's what it's all about. How do you stay there? So I really love that, the kind of also the psychological side of it. So
I love what you're saying, Leonora, because sometimes, or maybe most of the times, this happened with us. We needed to say something to someone, and we don't say because we are like, oh, I need to say, but oh no, sorry, no, I won't say, I won't hurt. But maybe it's the feedback you need to give to someone, or maybe you need to receive a feedback, and the person is like, I don't want to hate you, I don't want to hurt you. So this is an amazing example. I experienced exactly the same thing in karate, but then with men, with me fighting, and the man was like fighting and hitting me and punching me, and the man was like, oh, I'm sorry, Maria. And the professor, the sensei, came and said, don't be afraid to hit her, punch her hard, because she needs to know how to defend herself.
Yeah.
And that was so what is the word? You know, when it's like, I felt freedom from his words. And the man could punch me, and I
Like
loved
empowering.
yes, and I could learn how to really defend myself. So I became much stronger from karate. I love karate. Now I needed to stop because of pain in my knee. But when I have the chance, I will come back. Yes. So thank you for bringing this.
Yeah. And Phoebe, what about you? I remember that sometimes we have our call and you are come back from walking, running. So I think that you really love exercise, isn't it?
Yeah, I do. And this week I've actually set a challenge for myself, which I regretted after the first day, which is 108 Surya Namaskar every single day. And last year I adopted this practice, not to do it every day, just to do it here and there. I wanted to try and do it once. Then I started doing it 3 times a week, and then I was just doing it sporadically. So I thought, oh, I've not really done it this year. Let me do it every day this week. It was a very lofty goal. I'm quite tired in my body, and it's very interesting to see my mind, because I woke up yesterday, would have been day 2, and I was like, do I really want to do this? Maybe I should just do 3. I started like making things. Maybe I should just do 3 days this week. Maybe 7 days was a bit too ambitious. But no, I've said I'm going to do 7, so I'm going to do 7. And it's funny also, like in between, if I should take a little break, then, you can get distracted. And today I was really thinking about, you can do hard things. You just have to push through. Because sometimes I get a bit bored also, or sometimes it's it feels really tired. Like I get really tired when I'm doing it. It's very tiring, but it's a very good exercise. Not only physically, it's great, but for my mind, I'm seeing that I'm pushing myself to do something I kind of think I don't want to do because it's going to be so hard, but I feel good once I've done it. So yes, today was day 3, 4 more days to go. Like my sister said, you're basically halfway. So I can't give up now. I won't give up because that's not in my nature. But it's interesting to see with exercise also how your mind comes in between things. Like even if gym, maybe your mind will say, I can't do it, or I can't do another set, or I'm a little bit too tired. And if that negative mind gets a hold of you, then that will become your habit. So I practice Kundalini yoga as well. And that's one of the things that things are very tough. You're holding one particular whatever position for a long time, and you have to breathe through it. And what you're doing there is you are programming your nervous system to be able to handle difficulty, so that you don't just give up at the first sign of something that's difficult or tough. And it really helps me off the mat as well. So I know that I can do hard things, whether it's business-wise or dealing with things in life. You become much more resilient. And I think most sports also do help you in that kind of way. And if you take care of your body's going to take care of you. I've seen it in other work as well. Like when I modeled, obviously in those days you had to look a certain way, and they mostly wanted you quite thin. I wasn't ever really so into exercise. It was more just to be certain measurements, and it wasn't about strength. But then I saw that I used to get very tired when we get very tired from standing all day shooting. It's very exhausting. But once I started like gymming and gaining more strength, like physical muscle strength, I was just like on a different level. I could go for longer without breaks. I didn't get tired. I had good energy. I had good focus. That's another thing. I start looking here and there and like, oh God, when is this going to end? So exercise is very important. We often, I'd say, underestimate the connection between your physical health and your business success. But just now, Miriam, you said that your body is like a vehicle, and it is, it's a vessel, and it's the vessel which you can bring your vision to life. And it's really, I would say it's very crucial that your energy is sustained, because if you're not healthy, you can't work, and if you can't work, you can't make money.
That's kind of, thanks also for bringing this up, because you mentioned also that we need to take care of ourselves. And I think that sometimes I also see that this is kind of the main reason that you have to keep in mind. Lots of people, there are people who don't exercise at all. There are people who kind of extra exercise, and they do completely a lot. And but the reason why they do that is like, oh, I want to take care of myself. But the reason behind is they're not listening at all. So there is a magic balance between, you know, how much I'm doing it without, you can do like a body practice being completely disconnected by yourself. It happens sometimes,
totally.
like in some kind of yoga, you can do even the most spiritual practice being completely disconnected, right? So it's good to have that in mind, to kind of listening. And this listening to yourself, I think it's maybe very magical, so it's hard. I sometimes don't do that also by myself. I push myself too much or not enough. But the moment you can kind of feel what is right, then you start really having a relationship with yourself. You're not just bringing yourself out or leaving yourself on the couch, but it's a magic, isn't it? And it's completely hard to find that balance on the other side.
Yeah. You shared an important insight, listening to our body, because I think that our body is really wise, and our body sends us a lot of messages. But often we don't listen. And so the body increase the volume of the message. Hey, I'm here, listen to me. And in business, I noticed that when we are in the phase of decision making and something is not aligned with our purpose, with our values, our body try to contact us to tell that something is weird. And usually we have this feeling in some part of our body, something that want to send this signal and tell us that we need to stop and ask ourselves, is this decision is really good for our business development and for ourselves? And sometimes the body tells the deep truth that the mind didn't see. And so it's important to listen to our body, also in the daily life of a women entrepreneur. We need to ask ourselves, today I need to record this video or call this client, but my energy is really aligned with this task, or I am forcing myself, pushing myself to do that because I have to reach this goal and so on. But maybe my body today needs something else. Maybe my body today needs a walking in the park or a moment of silence. And in my experience as an entrepreneur, also working with my clients, I understand that if we create our agenda, if we choose the task in connection with our energy level, every day we are way more effective than if we try to push our body to do something that we don't want to do today because it's not aligned with our energy level. I don't know if you have the same experience as well.
This is great you're saying, Miriam. And what you were saying reminds me of some clients. They try to ignore the signs that the body is giving, especially, and it's important to be aware of this, drinking alcohol to silence is like, shut up, body. I don't want you to tell me anything, so I will drink. to forget things. I will drink to not hear what you are trying to tell me. And this can be really damaging for business. But unfortunately, I see this happening. This is not something that I see happening with women, but most men, unfortunately, they do that. They say, "Oh, it's just to relax." It's not just to relax. It's
No,
to
it's not.
yes.
You know, they could just exercise, because exercise boosts your endorphins, it reduces your stress, it's going to improve your mental clarity. I mean, it's not just about fitness, or looking beautiful. It's actually about creating the energy that you need to excel in your business. Because when we exercise and we are strong in our bodies, we're also going to feel more confident. And when we're more confident, we're going to do better work, we're going to make better sales, and our overall experience in life is just going to be better. And people that have businesses, like entrepreneurs who exercise regularly, they do report that they have better focus, they make better decisions. Maria also said in her own experience, more creative as well, because you've gotten out stagnant energy. And when you move, it helps you to approach whatever challenge comes your way. Like yesterday, we said we have challenges most days as entrepreneurs. You'll have a fresh perspective. And, you know, it doesn't have to be that you have to go boxing or going for a run. You can just go for a walk just to get rid of stagnant energy. And a simple walk is very powerful in all terms, just for your physical body or your energy body. And you get the blood flowing and you can feel more alive. And for me, not so sleepy and fatigued, although this challenge is making me a bit fatigued. And that links back to listening to my body. I don't like something that is extreme. My body does not handle exercise that is like forced and hectic all the time. I don't like that. And I actually plan my workouts with my cycle, because as a woman, we are cyclical beings. And that's something that's very helpful as well with your work schedule. And also your exercise, how you should be using your energy that you have at different parts of your cycle. And you can just commit to 20 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be 1 hour every day. So like it could be yoga or a nice fast walk, or even just dancing to your favorite song. That's a good one. You just something that energizes you, Leonora, that works well, and be like Maria, make it a priority to fit it into your day. If a friend wants to meet you, say, okay, let's go for a walk, because then you've got your social aspect and you've got your exercise, and you are doing two things at once. And it's wonderful to share an experience with someone. It actually creates a deeper bond when we do something, an activity together. Or you could stretch on a day, like just 10 minutes stretching, 10 minutes cardio. There are lots of ways that you can fit in 20 minutes of exercise a day. It doesn't even have to be 20 solid minutes. You could chunk it, and then eventually you can try and grow those 20 minutes into a longer hour, 1 or 2 times in a week. But it will go a long way. A little goes a long way. If I only have 5 minutes to exercise, I take those 5 minutes in the morning, even if it's just stretching or some few jumping around. I'll do those 5 minutes and that 1 minute of meditation, and then I'll rush to the airport or wherever I have to go. But do that for yourself. Do make it, like Maria said, a non-negotiable, because it really will help you with so many things.
Yeah.
I'm curious, who of you is like walking in a way? I mean,
I love walking. It's my favorite thing in the whole world.
yeah, okay. So we do have something in common as well. I mean, not just this, but I kind of some years ago, I love walking in the mountains. That's another thing. But like kind of walking in the city, I thought it was just not running. So, oh, well, not enough, just, why walking when you get that was the kind of the old me. Then sometimes I had to stop, and that's to say medical reason, whatever, things in life happen. So running was not really a thing. Now I can again, but still, but it doesn't matter. I think that right now I divide it, and running is one thing, but what happened while walking, as you also mentioned, it can be a short thing or longer. It become a bit of my spiritual practice in a way, especially if I can walk in nature or in parks.
Yeah.
Berlin is very we are very lucky in this because there are huge parks and you can really feel these trees. And it's really something happen. And I love what you mentioned, Phoebe, like of doing with someone, right? Created, I've read somewhere that it's kind of for couples. That's one of the things that create actually bonding, but also with friends,
Yeah.
definitely. And you don't have to even chit chat if you want. It's just kind of sharing that experience of walking. There is something happening that it's very nice, right? It's kind of animal,
Yeah.
human things. So thanks for reminding that.
Yeah.
And you know, the other day I was like totally sad and upset. I was in a very bad state, and I didn't skip my walk because I'm in a club, a running club, but I walk fast walking. And I went, and I was a new person by the time I came home. Just walking out that energy really helped. I don't drink alcohol, but I'm sure that some people would have gone the route of, oh, I'll just have a drink to get rid of all of this stress and sadness and just forget my worries or whatever. Just walk. If you're happy, walk. If you're sad, walk. If you need an exercise, if you need to just get rid of the day, there's a lot of things that walking can do for you. It's really wonderful, and it's gentle on your joints, your body. It's less harmful than running, you know. So we can all do it. And the people in my club, the average age is around 70. So all my new friends are like 72, 70.
I love that.
Something. Yeah. And it's so inspiring for me to see these ladies, grannies, most of them, so fit and healthy. And one has done the Camino, and some have come as new members and they are unfit. They're elderly ladies, they're unfit, but they're working slowly but surely on bigger goals. And they show up 3 times a week or twice a week. And that's really wonderful that there's no age limit or fitness limit. You've got to start somewhere. And so I love going there.
And I think that also in entrepreneurship, we don't have this kind of limit. There isn't an age to start
No,
and grow
there's
a
not
business.
at all.
And
No.
sometimes my clients ask me if it's too late for them to start a business. No, I work with ladies that decided to start their businesses at 60 or 70 years old. And I think it's really wonderful because it's an age when if you are healthy, you are really powerful and you have the possibility to share a lot of experiences, ideas with the community.
Because you've lived through so much.
Yeah, of course, exactly. And
I think that we should respect elder women more in society, because I feel that they're kind of dismissed, like, oh, old lady, whatever. But actually it's somebody that's gone through many generations and seen so many different stages of her own life, battled her own things. And even though we live in different times, sometimes it's the same with entrepreneurs. Like we might have different businesses. I might sell candles and Maria coaches leaders, but we will face similar things. And that's also the beauty of our meetings. But also yesterday I mentioned I was in an inner circle with She Heals the World, that you can share that pain and your struggles and you can learn from each other, no matter what business it is, whatever stage of the business and whatever age. So yeah, that's a really good point that you made, Miriam, that it's never too late to start a business.
Yeah, to start and to grow and reach success. And about the topic of today, body and soul, I'd like to introduce something about the soul topic because it's so related, so connected to the body. We decided to share 2 secrets today because these 2 pillars are really related one to another. And about the soul, I think that is a topic that, especially in the last year, is more common in the business field. Because I don't know in your country, but in Italy, when I started my company, no one talked about soul in business. Was something that maybe the soul area, the soul topic, maybe was related to the personal life to the spiritual development, but was a topic some years ago. Absolutely not related to business. Instead, fortunately, I have to say, in the last days, we started talking about soul in business, but maybe we could share our experience about that, because maybe for some of our listeners today is something new.
I can tell.
Yes, something
I
that
can tell you a story that just
Yeah.
came to mind. It's not my secret, but it is to do with the soul, is that I say, I can't work in an office. It destroys my soul. When I had my agency, we were doing extremely well. We rose very quickly in that kind of business. There's a lot of competition, and we surpassed many of the old agencies that were there and had all the clients. And we just, I don't know, we did very well very quickly. But being in an office and having to be there and just is not for me. It actually like destroyed my soul. I could feel my soul like doing this kind of thing. So I know, like with this challenge for the exercise, I've discovered now, one, my mind is powerful. Two, I cannot, I don't like very stressful exercise and to constantly be like hammering my body like that. I also cannot work a 9-to-5 job. It does not suit me. It's not that I'm lazy, like I can do the work happily if it's, well, not so happily, but I'll do what's expected of me, but I cannot work day in and day out in the same environment on the same thing. I have to have something that changes, and I have to have something that's creative. And yesterday we were talking, and it was mentioned that actually coaching is very creative. I like to help people. I like to be involved with different things, and with your clients, it's different each time. So same with modeling, it's something different each time. I'm on this location, on that location, with this client, with that client. So I need variety. And that is very important when you start your business, that it's in alignment with your soul. So like I couldn't sell leather products. Imagine me selling leather handbags as a vegan. That's totally against what is in alignment with my soul. And maybe I'd be making millions selling leather handbags, but part of me would feel very bad that this is not in alignment with who I want to be and what I believe in. So you also need to look at ethics, your morals, what do you stand for, what are your values, and make sure that your business is definitely in alignment with those things, whatever your business is. And that's personal to each one of us, right? We should be happy in our work, and we should be doing it in a way that serves ourselves as well as serving others.
Yeah, I'd like to share with you a personal story, because yesterday I quickly said that when I was a child, I was a channel. I was a really empath child, and I had this vision, these memories, and I could feel the energy of the person in front of me, and that was overwhelming in some ways and different from the gifts of other people. So I closed this door. But some years ago, I reopened again that door, and step by step, I started to connect again with my channel. And I think that every one of us is a channel. Being a channel means to be open to receive intuitions and new ideas. And entrepreneurs are channel. Because when you start a company, your company, before existing your vision, and after, you could start your business in the matter. But the vision comes from another dimension that isn't present yet. But in your imagination, yes. And I think that for women entrepreneurs, it is really important to train this part, our creative part, our imaginative part, and to be open to receive this intuition. Intuition is like a muscle. This is the reason why I think it's connected to the body topic. You could exercise your muscle in your body, and you could exercise the muscle of your intuition. So if you don't listen to your dream,
Yeah, it's true.
if you don't imagine things, if you don't leave your door open to receive from your intuition, insight, information, new ideas, innovation in business always comes from intuition. And
Yeah, that's true.
if you don't use your intuition, it's hard to receive information and new ideas. Instead, you need to train your intuition. And if you leave space and if you find time to stay in silence, to meditate, to choose a music and listen to your favorite song, to dance also if you want with your body, like you said, you create space. For example, in my office, I paid a lot of attention to the energy of the place. I use crystals, candles, and a lot of air and light. And when people come here to have a coaching session, they always tell me, oh, Miriam, but the energy of this place is so wonderful. I feel so well, so relaxed, so embraced in your office. And then my secrets behind this energy in the space is every day I clean the energy of the room. And the same is for our soul. We need to clean our channel to eat well, to exercise, because the channel is our body. The body is the vessel of our soul. So as an entrepreneur, we could leave space for intuition. And I don't know in your experience, but in my experience, the best ideas come from my soul, not from my mind. Never from my mind. My mind is useful to translate the intuition in action. And it's really important. The mind is our ally. We talked about that yesterday. So the body, guided by the mind, aligned with the soul intuition, support you in creating the business of your dream. But the dream comes from the soul, and then the body take action with the support of the mind. And I think that the more we listen to our soul, the more we strengthen our intuition, the more our choices are really aligned. And in my experience, when the action is aligned, it flows. Instead, we struggle a lot, and some of your business area is stuck, and you don't receive money, don't receive clients. There is always a reason behind the scene. And in business, it's really important to listen to your body and your soul to understand the real source of the problem, because it's not always a problem about strategy. Yes, sometimes it could be, but often the problems lies in another source. And often the reason is that your services aren't aligned with your soul. What do you think, ladies?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you.
Only when I aligned my soul with my plans of working on my business, things definitely started flowing. Only when that happened. Before that, things were not flowing, definitely. I could try the best strategy. I could study with the best mentors and teachers, but something was always missing. And when I noticed that this was missing, the alignment with my soul, answering and honoring my soul, things started flowing. And it's hard to say this, especially because here in Brazil, it's not different from Rome. Here in Brazil, people, they avoid this. They don't want to talk about this. They think that this is something mystical. This is something, something so far from them. They need to be so rational. No, this is the plan. And most of the time I see and I notice and I feel they are going the wrong path. My clients are going the wrong path because they are definitely not aligned with their souls. And well, I can't tell them, this way. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But when they find out and they can correct this way things in their businesses, not just flow, but grow. More money starts to enter, things starts to happen in a magical way. And some of my clients, they say, "Oh, Maria, you are a witch. You are like a witch." When I talk to you, when we have session, things start just flowing, and I see things in a different way.
Which
And I assume that is because the way I manage, I also clean my energy and align my energy, even though I only attend online, but I clean myself, I clean my energy to receive that person. And together we open this channel so they are able to see things that they can't see for themselves. And usually it is the alignment with the soul. So thank you, Miriam, for bringing this so important. I quote something you said, intuition is a muscle you can develop. And the more you practice, the more you develop, the stronger you get your business and people around you also.
I actually used to do these exercises. I just made them up. I wanted to strengthen my intuition when I was working in China. I lived on a very high floor, like 40 something or whatever. And we had, I think, like 6 elevators. And then I'd press the button and I'd try and feel it in my body, which elevator is going to come first. And then sometimes you'd look and you'd see, okay, this one is coming, and your rational mind is saying, damn it, you shouldn't have chosen 3. Choose 1, just quickly change your mind. And it's to get myself to listen to that intuition. No, I've chosen 3. Yes, number 1 might be on the 31st floor, but who knows if it's going to go down? And very often when I would not listen to my intuition and I said, oh no, I'll just change to this lift and that's going to be my answer, then that would be wrong. And the one that when I would really feel it in my body without like my rational mind coming in and seeing, okay, this is on the 31st floor, it's probably more likely to be coming first. The one that I choose just from feeling was always correct. But you do doubt yourself and second guess yourself. And that's why I used to play this little game with myself every day. I had to go down or up. I'd play this little game to try and feel it and just try to be more trusting of myself and my intuition. But it's a muscle. And then the more you, like you said, the more you exercise it, the easier it gets to listen to those messages, how it feels in your body or what's the message coming through.
Nice. That's a nice example.
Thanks. What's your secret, Leonora, for soul today?
Yeah, well, I know we want to be in time, so I just add one thing that's linked. It's not exactly my secret, but it doesn't. Oh, maybe it is in a way. It was linked to. So your soul, you just mentioned about the soul, kind of can really find her or his or its path only when you feel safe. So there's something. The moment you are. There's a sense of safety so that it can really be aligned, as you mentioned. And it's a feeling, a real, let's say, also body feeling. Guess like why the best sometimes ideas come to you when you're traveling or when you are under the shower. There's something coming down and you allow, there's kind of, and then it's not your frontal cortex. It's not, let's say, your rational mind working. It's kind of a mix of what was in your past. It's kind of something relaxes there and then it can shine. So working both on this, I would say that the best idea doesn't come from, pushing yourself on the wall and punching. Maybe sometimes it might happen. But I would say that this feeling of flowing involves some kind of safety. It doesn't mean safety in a big, but just notice what changes. For instance, if you think about the same problem, and you imagine the hands on your back of someone that you really trust or you really love, you can really kind of have the feeling. It doesn't need to be even like a real person. It could be like a grandma or like an ideal God or whatever you feel that is really always supportive. I would take partners outside. It's a more complicated relationship usually. So having those hands, for instance, just the idea of those hands on your back, something relaxes, and then you are more bold. You're bolder, sorry. So that's kind of a little trick, for instance, just to allows you to get into that flow.
Yeah.
I love that.
I will try
What's
the
your secret, Maria?
exercise.
Do you have a secret, Maria, for soul?
I think I revealed my secret actually but if it was not clear, it is to keep this everyday practice of staying aligned. When I feel
Okay.
something not going right, I stop and I listen to my body. Usually I place my hands over my heart, and then I ask myself, what am I feeling? Okay, where is this coming from? What is happening? And then I stay in silence. I try to get rid of any thoughts coming, this chatterbox. And then I can feel my body and my soul like, okay, relaxing. And I also can, now I will add this exercise Leonora just gave us, like feeling someone. While you were speaking, I saw my grandma with her hands in my back. And I think it's so powerful exercise. Thank you, Leonora. Yes,
Yeah, that's nice.
my secret is to really listen instead of trying to shut down. No, listen, stop, and get aligned again.
I have a secret. It's a quick secret. My secret, I would say, is gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for success because it shifts your energy, it rewires your brain, and it helps you to attract abundance as well. And my dad told us when we were at school, he said that gratitude is one of the keys to success. And I didn't quite understand what that means. It's like at the time, but I know that every day I drove to school and I'd see the beautiful view. To drive over the mountain and the cities there and the sea, I would feel very grateful. And I loved my school and I was very grateful. And that just became a habit. And in my early years, I attracted all sorts of amazing abundance and experiences. Like my sister always says, why is Phoebe always there or here, or gets invites to this or gets given this or whatever? And it was just, I was permanently grateful, really. No matter what disaster was happening at home, I was just in this state of gratitude and doing my work and with my friends. And when I look at that young teenage version, I can see that that's been really good, having gratitude. When you are grateful also, it's going to help you to focus on what's working instead of what's lacking. So I can use, like I said, the disaster at home, the domestic situation was not ideal, but yet I was so grateful for everything else and my school and my art and my ceramics and my great friends. It helps you to build resilience also. So like as a businesswoman, it's going to foster positivity and it'll help you to improve your decision making. So I would personally say that entrepreneurs who practice gratitude are more likely to build strong relationships, and your relationships are very important within business and with your clients and whatever. You're going to stay motivated and you'll attract opportunities. And just a little tip is that you can start a gratitude journal. It's as easy as that. Just every evening, write down 3 things that you're grateful for in your business, whether it's a new client, a lesson that you learned, or just some small win. Yesterday, I spoke about wins as well, celebrating every win. So yeah, gratitude is my secret to success.
Yeah.
Now
I'll
we're
add
ready.
to the topic of journaling that
Yeah.
another wonderful exercise is to write down what synchronicity happened during the day. Because the
wow.
universe and our soul always talks to us, but usually we don't listen. Instead, if you start to notice a double number, words, feelings, people that smile at us during the day, and we met this wonderful entrepreneur and we had this idea to start a collaboration and something like that. And when we are grateful, when we are aligned, synchronicity doubled and increase, and we live in a world of opportunities, and
Oh, yeah.
we meet the right person. We find the right opportunity to find a client and something like that. And it happens more and more and more.
That's a good one. Write down the synchronicities of the day. And then you'll also be more focused on the synchronicities because you'll be looking out for them. And then you'll be excited. You'll have that excitement in your body. It's a great frequency. Then you'll be grateful again, like another great frequency. You'll be healthier, happier, more abundant in all ways. Yeah, it's great for business. Look
Yeah.
for the synchronicities.
About the soul, when I started to integrate the spiritual practice, the energetic practice, and the soul practice in my business, I start seeing a huge expansion. And I start telling these secrets also to my clients, and they try to integrate their own habits about spirituality in their business. And my clients as well as bigger results. So probably there is a connection. I think that we just started in these years to explore the connection between soul and entrepreneurship. But I think that in the future, we will have other surprise discoveries and insights about that connection. But probably there is a connection. In the past, I separated my business and my spirituality. And in the last year, I combined the two things, and I noticed a faster expansion. So probably
Fantastic.
that is an area of growth.
Cool.
All right. Well, I think we are on time to wrap up our session today. Let's see if we have any questions here. We don't have, but if you want to, if you stayed with us until here, you can write down, right, Miriam? And then we are able to answer later. Or maybe tomorrow.
Of course.
Yeah, any questions? Any experiences? Any stories? Any comments?
Or maybe insights. I had wonderful insights with this talk. I think we could stay here for maybe 2-3 hours more. It's so good, so thankful. I will just have a quick recap of our secrets. You know what? I wrote some, but I think the insights, they were in the middle of our conversation, in the middle of our examples, between the lines. So I really, really highly recommend that you take maybe your coffee or tea, water, whatever you feel like taking, and then just watch this live, watch this conversation if you're here till the end. But I can tell you that, well, I quote, listening to our body, listen to your body, walk no matter what, can be 5 minutes, 20 minutes, or 1 minute exercising, exercise no matter what. Remember that you are a channel. As an entrepreneur, you are also a channel. Intuition is a muscle you can develop. So don't worry if you think like, oh, I don't have this intuition. We all have, and we can all develop. Gratitude is something that will help you grow also and attract new opportunities and attract possibilities. And look for the synchronicities, as Miriam said now in the end, because the universe starts putting them in front of you, and don't ignore them. Listen also look for the synchronicities in your life. So thank you for today.
Yeah, thank you, team. I think that today we had a really powerful conversation, exchanges a lot of experiences, different backgrounds, stories, tools, exercises that is possible to apply in our daily life for our personal growth and as well for the growth of our businesses. We are here for you. So if you listen to the replay, if you want to share with us your point of view, your takeaways, so you have questions for us, feel free to write in the comment and we will answer writing in the chat or also tomorrow. And I'd like to remind you that tomorrow we will have the grand final of our 3 days event. So come, because we will have a lot of other secrets to share with you. And I'm sure that also tomorrow we will have another powerful live all together. Thank you for watching, for listening to
Thank
us.
you, everyone.
And we cheer for your success and your growth. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you all.
girls.
Bye-bye.